it done, but they have to go up to Seattle and get past this guy to do it. Russell Wilson wanting to defend their home field. Hopefully their defense brings it against what has been such an fun offense to watch with the Rams. That Stafford to Cooper Kupp connection. Listen, it's a battle in the league's best division. Thursday Night Football, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network, on Fox, and streaming on Prime Video. And welcome to Good Morning Football. Hey, y'all. Presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. We are live in New York City. Michael Robinson is here. We've got What's Your Beef coming up with this guy, Kyle Brandt. Peter Schrager is here as well. My name is Kay Adams, and thanks for choosing us this morning. We're going to get right to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. We have some news, of course. The Cowboys deciding to part ways with Jalen Smith. We'll talk about that. Seems a very interesting storyline to wake up to this morning. And then, of course, what just happened, some breaking news out of New England with their Defensive Player of the Year 2019 recipient.
Yeah, there's been frustration with the situation surrounding Stephon Gilmore and the New England Patriots really for months. He has wanted a new contract, and the Patriots wanted to really see him healthy just to make sure that the player they were giving a new contract or at least a raise to was worth it. In the end, he ended up on the PUP list and now is being released. Earlier this morning, the Patriots informed Stephon Gilmore that they were moving on from him. And now they had several teams interested in potentially trading for Gilmore. Again, the health was a concern. This was something that really had been going on for several months. Now, as Gilmore nears a possible return off the PUP list, it is not going to be with New England. They are simply moving on from just another star player that the Patriots moved on from after contract frustrations. They start fresh, and now Gilmore is expected to be a free agent, basically healthy, so should have several teams vying for his services.
And can that happen today? Is it like a 4 p.m. situation that he would be available? And, of course, Cowboys, Jalen Smith as well. Is this all 31 teams, which I'm sure get interest? This is very rare that someone like with this caliber, four-time Pro Bowler, is available going into week 5 of the season. When can that all happen? Today?
4 p.m. today. Now, for the Dallas Cowboys, theoretically, if a team wanted to come in and trade for Jalen Smith, obviously the Cowboys would eat as much salary as they could. They're going to release him anyway. So potentially maybe a team could trade for him before 4 p.m. if there was a real battle for his services. And, similar situation for Stephon Gilmore. Teams know he's going to want a lot of money. But yeah, at 4 p.m. today is when the releases would be official unless the team trades for one of these guys beforehand.
So Jalen Smith and Stephon Gilmore on the market. Interesting. We'll track that story all day long here on NFL Network. Thank you so much, Ian. Talk to you in a bit. Schrags, I saw him on Sunday night.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. What do you think of this news?
Was he on the sidelines?
No.
Wasn't?
I did not see him on the sidelines.
I think they were on poor terms by the time this thing came to be. He's 31 years old. He's coming off a quad injury, and yet I think the market's going to be robust for him. I think this is a guy who can still play, and they're still. I'm shocked they didn't get anything for him, and they put him on the market.
What's up with that?
And they just said, let's just cut bait. Let's just be done with it. I'm surprised right now. I thought that there was going to be a market. There will be a market. If Richard Sherman can sign with Tampa Bay last week after having not played all season.
Is that a destination for him? Is Tom Brady going to call it?
Why not go to Tampa Bay?
Tom Brady knows him very well.
Tom Brady knows him well. They're going to be a contender. He can be the guy kind of, get Gilmore into the program. So why not? But I do think the emergence of J.C. Jackson made this easier for the New England Patriots. You don't just give up a Defensive Player of the Year at the cornerback position. You don't just let this guy walk without getting anything back. And so I just think that the emergence of J.C. Jackson, the emergence of, or the fact that Jalen Mills has been playing decent and the defense as a whole has been okay, I think that's why they were able to let him go. But, that's tough, man, to let a former defensive player walk out. He still can lock guys down. It just seemed like that it was some personal stuff there, and maybe they couldn't get over.
That's what makes it sexy. I mean, the New England's 1-3. I don't know what's going to happen to their season, but this guy becoming single in the middle of this season at this juncture, there are some very good teams whose secondary is really bad. I mean, Kansas City obviously comes to mind. You think about Baltimore when they lost Marcus Peters. Washington's secondary is terrible. Tennessee's secondary. All of these guys who are all right, we're pretty good or we're really good, but man, let's make the move now. You don't get opportunities in week 5 to get a Defensive Player of the Year. The only reason that maybe Tampa wouldn't get him, and that's their MO, is that someone else wants him more and outbids or gets him first. This is a big deal. This is a guy coming free that people want.
Triggs, why now? So he was eligible to come off PUP at a quad injury after week 6.
After week 6, the trade deadline's approaching. I would think they would hold on to him and at least do it. I'm sure there's more to the story than we know.
Yes.
And I would say that they're letting him out. This is one of those deals where if he gets signed and picked up right away, it was not a health thing. It was, let's go. This is the end of the road. We're not going to do it. Why even waste our time? Let's let him go and let's move our way. Then Stephon Gilmore can sign and play for a contender. You know, another team, he played at South Carolina. I think he's from the Carolina Panthers lost J.C. Horn. They still think they're very relevant, and David Tepper is a spender.
That's a great call.
I could see him going down there. It's not as high profile as maybe a Kansas City or elsewhere, but there's going to be teams lining up for Stephon Gilmore's services. Now, the money, I couldn't tell you if he's going to make what he did when he was a free agent a couple years back with the Patriots, but I will say this. He was worth every single penny to the Patriots. The play he had in the AFC Championship game where he knocks the move from on a deep pass from Blake Bortles and then completely just shutting down Brandon Cooks.
I think he got robbed at Super Bowl MVP. They gave it to Edelman, and I think he should have gotten it.
He was that good.
With that pick, he did release a statement, guys. Pats Nation, it's with mixed emotions that I announced my goodbye to this great fan base. We enjoyed so much success together, an incredible inspiration for my individual achievements. Thank you for supporting this Rock Hill kid and allowing him to achieve his NFL dreams. He goes on to thank Mr. Kraft, the fans, and of course the teammates who stood by his side for all of those great moments.
Get up out of there.
We'll have more on this throughout the morning here on Good Morning Football. Meanwhile, the Giants, they're going to Jerry World.